Briefly at 5-2 near the off. This is an 0-130 Smarkets handicap hurdle, and they're now facing the starter.
So jogging into line, and the starters let them go for the Smarkets handicap hurdle. Moabit got something of a flyer under Bryony Frost, already 5 or 6 lengths clear of Show on the Road and Seawall, who disputes second as they approach the first of 7 flights, with another crick the last to leave the starting area. Moabit slick at the first flight, jumped it clear of Show on the Road in second, Seawall in third, then Catch in Time upsides Whatcom Heights, and after giving them a bit of a start, another crick remains last of the 6, as Moabit, with a 4-length advantage over Show on the Road, runs down to the second flight of hurdles. Another good jump from the leader. In truth, they all handled it fluently. Seawall landed third, racing 6 lengths off the leader, a couple of lengths in advance of Catch in Time and Whatcom Heights, and a further 3 lengths off the back of them races another crick. Keen going Moabit leads them into the turn with only 3 lengths in hand now. Show on the Road is closing in second, Seawall just over a length behind in third, as Bryony Frost definitely puts her foot on the brakes between flights 2 and 3. Moabit is amenable to restraint as they prepare to swing down the back, where 3 flights of hurdles await them. Moabit by only a length and a half to Show on the Road, with Seawall in third, Whatcom Heights in fourth, then Catch in Time, and another crick continues to bring up the rear as they approach the first on the far side. Flight number 3 was handled with aplomb by all of the runners as they head to the middle flight down the back. Moabit by just over 2 lengths. Show on the Road continues to give chase, with Seawall a length back in third, and then Catch in Time, who's racing fourth, with Whatcom Heights on his inside, and another crick bringing up the rear. So they're going to the next flight of hurdles, which Whatcom Heights rather paddled his way through, knocked to the floor. 1 more to jump over in the back straight, 3 from home. It's Moabit still pursued by Show on the Road and Seawall, then a gap to Catch in Time. That mistake has brought Whatcom Heights off the bridle, now being pushed along firmly by Harry Cobden and about to be relegated to last by another crick. So Moabit will lead them into the turn at the end of the back straight with just a length advantage over Show on the Road. Only a length and a half to Seawall in third, then a gap of 3 lengths to Catch in Time, with another crick next, and struggling at the back of the field as they come down the hill on the approach to the home straight is Whatcom Heights. Moabit continues to have the advantage, but Show on the Road has moved up sides to mount a challenge as they swing into the home straight. Seawall is close enough, if good enough, in third. There's a gap back to Catch in Time. Another crick has never really recovered after missing the break, and Whatcom Heights is labouring in the rear. So down the straight they come towards the second last. Moabit with Show on the Road upsides jumping the second last. Moabit makes a jumping error. Seawall is joining in on the stand side, and they're clear of Catch in Time, with the other 2 still jumping but tailed off. Moabit has the advantage, just beginning to edge towards the stand side, where Seawall is a length behind. Show on the Road looks to be weakening back in third as Seawall moves up sides to have a crack at the front running Moabit. Into the wings of the final flight, Moabit landed just in front of Seawall, with Show on the Road a spent force in third. They've got 100 yards still to go. Moabit pluckily holding on in front as Seawall comes to the end of his tether, and Moabit will guts it out in front to make all for Bryony Frost. Moabit the winner, Seawall ran second, Show on the Road in third, and Catch in Time was home in fourth.
Moabit came into this race having won 10 of his 22 races. He's now won 11 from 23, and he's 2 from 2 under the lady on top, Bryony Frost, who gives the horse a couple of well-earned pats, because he did respond really generously for her all the way down the straight. Initially, when challenged by Show on the Road, fended that horse off. Horse got a bit of a telling off after the second last, having just put down on the jockey there. But then Moabit's had to try and deal with Seawall, a horse in really good form. Came there with a strong challenge, but managed to turn him away too.
Yeah, what a tremendous race, wasn't it? Really tremendous. I mean, yeah, you're quite right. Seen off Show on the Road, who was the first challenger. I mean, see off one, and then you've got the redoubtable Seawall coming up to join you, and managed to repel that one as well. Horse has got a tremendously good attitude. I mean, really wanted to win. Yes, he did miss 2 out, but I mean, normally he just jumps really well as well. He's an absolute treasure.
He's had 2 chances in the straight to say, no thanks, not you have the lead. But it didn't surprise me at all at the start. Nothing's going to lead. Whether it might have been instructions, I'm sure it probably would have been, I'll just set the pace, go my own gallop, and you try and catch me.
And anyone who hasn't backed it is going to look at that and think, well, they've just given her 4 lengths at the start,
exactly.
And 1 or 2 of them have given her a lot more than that. And you could, I'm not averse to blaming the starter sometimes, but I don't think that was the starter's fault. I think that she knew what she was going to do. The others all wanted to be held up. Thank you very much. I'll poach a lead.
And without wishing to, not that there's any need for me to fight the starter's corner, but there are times when the jockeys are happy where they are. Yeah. It's not the starter's fault. They're not in a dead straight line coming to the tape.
No, well, then they obviously recognised there wasn't going to be any pace, and so she was going to be able to set their own pace out in front. And yet again, she's not only set the right pace that enabled her to save enough to fight off the threats when they came, and the last one was a really serious one, but she's done everything right.
You need a willing accomplice, and that's certainly what Bryony had with Moabit, who's just won his